Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. And today we're going to be actually talking about a PC build which will cost you exactly £600. Now this PC is very powerful with an i5 processor and will also play up to 1440p at a reasonable 40 to 60 FPS on really maxed out settings. So definitely worth the money you're going to invest if you want to buy a PC. All these prices will also be put in at in pounds. If you want, just type these prices into a price converter, you'll get them up in dollars. So basically, guys, these prices may change. Also, it may go up or down. It probably will go down at the time you're watching this video. Anytime after maybe April, it should be going down 2015. So let's go through the builds here, the build specs, and I'll give you some of the ideas with prices and what I think on the product and if I've used it before or not. So straight in, we're going for the EVGA 600 watt bronze PSU. Now this power supply is very good for its money and will be able to power our graphics card, which is quite strong for the power consumption, and also our motherboard CPU power watts, which is around 80 watts always. Simple enough, this PSU will do the job, no problem. I wouldn't recommend any other brands really. If you wanted to, you could go Cooler Master. I think they do some PSUs might be a wee bit cheaper, and there's another few brands out there that go a wee bit dearer. Just look them up on Amazon. But realistically, £60 for the 600 watt PSU. You could get away with 500 watts. It's going for about 45 at the minute. But basically, to run smoothly, I would use a 600 watt bronze PSU because it's efficient and will utilise the build pretty decently, and it'll not be really trying to power out to get the watts going. But definitely a good choice. I recommend it quite a lot. It's quite a quiet PSU. Next up, we have the RAM. Now this RAM is HyperX series. Kingston. It's really good, runs at 1866 megahertz. I wouldn't really say anything else about it, guys. This is all you need. 8 megabytes or gigabytes, sorry. And also on our motherboard, you're going to have the option to put in another 8 gigabytes and get 16 gigs of RAM. So that's very option for you if you've an extra £50 lying about and you want more RAM. It's a good investment. But games only need 68 gigabytes of RAM at the minute. I would use 8 gigabytes though, just to be on the safe side. Lets you run lots of programs, and if you want to go into YouTube, you can render videos quite quickly too. So next up is the case. It's an Antec solid metal construction 400E. Simple enough. This has got good ratings on Amazon. It's a really decent case. It's strong, sturdy, and it's got a lot of space. It's a really sleek design, and it's definitely just worth the buy for £30. It's no problem. Definitely a good choice. I use the Zaliman Z1 case, and it's a smaller one, and to be honest, it kind of heats up my case quite a bit because I've overclocked items in there, and sometimes I just have to clean out mine all the time because I have so many fans. So I definitely recommend this case because the fans that are in it at the minute are quite strong, and it would be a decent case for everybody. Next up is something we're probably going to get more interested in. It's the motherboard. Now this motherboard is a Z87M LGA 1150 MSI motherboard. Now these motherboards support Intel i5s and i7s, and the Z87 means you cannot overclock. Now our processor is a K processor, which is a Haswell series, which can be overclocked, but I decided not to use it because I use a Z97 because they cost so much more, and the only reason we bought the Haswell chip is because it's literally cheaper by £5 at the moment. If you want though, you can buy the Z97 motherboard. It's one I use at the minute, and I definitely recommend it. But the Z87 does the same job, exactly the same job. It's just cheaper, and you don't get the overclock. Now, guys, if you're building something you really want to overclock, maybe it is worth the money because overclocking is quite decent. It gets you some good results, but it's also quite risky. So, unless you know what you're doing, you're probably better going with the Z87 motherboard and saving yourself the £50 basically. as we are trying to keep to a budget. Now the next thing we're going to move on to is the processor. Now this is one of the last things bar the storage and graphics cards, and this is the one I'm most proud of getting here. For £175 you can pick up the 5-star reviews of the i5 4690K Intel CPU. Now this CPU is without a doubt the best CPU you can buy in the market at the minute, unless you're going i7 and you have the money. It's got a lot of power. I even use one of them along with my graphics card, which is really strong. Like, I have a really good graphics card and it doesn't bottleneck it at all. It's definitely worth the money you can spend, and unless you're going for i7 400 series, go for an i5 4690K. In my opinion, definitely worth it. It's got immense power and it's overclockable as well. So if you want to overclock, you can, if you have the right motherboard alongside it. Along with that, then we're going into Sapphire AMD graphics cards. Now guys, I can't stress enough how good these cards are. Now I know everybody talks about the NVIDIA GTX is, and you know, your GTX 670s and stuff like that there, but I would go for a 280X simply because the NVIDIA counterpart of this card would probably cost you twice as much, basically. Now I have an R9 290X overclocked with, it's a tri-overclocked, so it's 3 fans. It's immensely overclocked, and it cost me about £300–400. Now that card is probably as good as a Titan, give or take maybe a few FPS. Now I run everything to max, and if we're keeping to this budget now, I would stick to the Sapphire AMD graphics card. It's a DDR5 PCIe Express card, has 2 DVI slots, 1 display port and 1 HDMI. This card also uses 2 pin connectors, and we have that on our motherboard or our PSU, and the lowest you can go for power is 500 watts. So I hope that helps you guys if you want to try and use this one. It also plays the latest games perfectly smooth at around 1440p. Now most people would use 1080p on a monitor lower than 23 inches, I think it is. At 1080p 60Hz is definitely okay, but if you want to go higher than that, then you need a better graphics card, and this would be one of the things you might choose. Now the R9 280X will probably play them on high. Going into 4K, it will not be playing 4K and high. It'll probably be playing at medium settings at probably around 30 to 40 FPS. Now it's not the greatest card, I know, but it is definitely worth the money, because your GTX counterpart of this will cost £300–400. So like, that's half our budget gone if we were going GTX, and I just thought it would be better going for this because we are on a budget, and I thought that would be definitely worth it. Now it also comes with a 2-year warranty and 3 GB of hard drive space, meaning you can run them on very high settings, and it's definitely worth the money. You need at least 2 GB for modern games. Now coming into the last part of this build is the Western Digital 1TB hard drive. Now if you guys need an SSD, and I'm going to perfectly stress need, buy one. You'll probably pick one up for around £100, probably about 400 to 500 gigabytes. But I would use a terabyte Western Digital hard drive, no problem. Unless you really wanted good put up speeds, there's no point. If you're doing YouTube, I would buy 2. Basically, I would buy 2 because I think you need one to record to if you want to record 1080p games, because you need a write speed of 100 megabytes per second, I think, to record at 1080p 30 FPS. I record 720p games because I only have one hard drive at the moment. I'm also in the market to get another one. One of mine broke, so I have to get another one. But I would definitely recommend one of these. I even have one of them on my computer, and I think it's great. Definitely worth the money. Now guys, that's the end of the list. This computer will definitely run games at very good quality for you. You can play Arma 3, Arma 2, any games like that there. You could even go on to play games at very high crises. But yeah, if you like this build, guys, please hit that like button down below. Give me a comment if you have any queries about the parts. I'll definitely look into it for you. and also tell me what you thought if this computer would be down your alley. Now, if you want me to do another one of these guys for a different price range, please also put that in the comment section down below. That's the best way to get in contact with me. But other than that, thanks for watching this video. It's a very big help to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.